Yeah, sorry about that. I thought I picked my intro, but I guess not. I am live on Twitter. If you guys want to call in and you have something to say, whether you agree or you disagree, I'm just going to get that out of the way. So if you want to join and if you want to call in, be a part of the show, then you can. I am live on Space on the RBN account. If you would like to join there, you can join there also. There's going to be a short stream. Thank you all for coming out this late. I know you guys have a lot to do. Hopefully you had a good day. Hopefully your day was better than mine, because yeah, it is what it is. But today we're going to be talking about not only DSA but these so-called left-wing candidates that everybody is trying to you know label these mini Madanis. What was going on, Nick? What's going on? Yeah, I don't know. I thought I could have sworn I picked my intro. I guess not. Um, but yes, they're trying to label these people as left wing, left leaning, and stuff like that. And Nick just shared a post earlier, and he was asking the question. He asked, "How can DSA be considered a socialist organization when they keep running these capitalists in these elections?" Right? And it's like I was asking the same thing. Like, wouldn't that like disqualify you, or like even if they're not a part of DSA, like shouldn't they like retract their statements or their endorsements? And I know what these people are gonna do. They're gonna go and say, well, they're gonna pull the assigned Parker when you know the Graham Planter shit was going on. Oh, well, I didn't actually endorse him. I just said I was a part of his team. I just said that, I like him, and I just told my people to vote for him. Right. That's what they're gonna do. Which I'm surprised they didn't, because with this new what is her name? I want to get her last name right. I know her last name. I think her last name is Nixon. Let me get this right. Get the story. Angie Nixon. She looked lost. Like during this interview, there was some hardball questions there. But she should be prepared for that, especially if she's going for a general election in Florida, of all places. So I believe that she should have been prepared for that. And if, like, even if I don't know, like, because when I was introduced to her, as, well, from word of mouth, she was a revolutionary. She was a socialist. She's a Marxist, whatever the fuck people had made up. Yes, this is live. Whatever people had made up for her. But she came out herself and said, well, I live in a capitalist society. Yeah, so that was weird. That was weird. If you want to speak, I can invite you to speak. But yes, that was weird. And for her to, she got a cool bookstore. Me, I got the library. I thought that was dope. But now it all look like it's just some careerist move. It feels like a rug pull, right? A rug pull, because to have all these black power signs in your window and telling everybody, oh, we can come. And then another thing that don't sit right with me is, when El Sayed and Angie say abolish ICE, right? Abolish ICE. But they're not for defunding the police. Like, how can you fund ICE? I mean, how can you want to abolish ICE, but you don't believe in defunding the police? Those are the same fucking things. And whether you want to say, well, the police is this and this is DHS, whatever it may be, they serve the same purpose. They are both slave catchers. So why would you be for one and not the other? How could that be? Thank you for that $10 sticker. Super chat. I'm sorry, it's been a minute since I did this. Free Palestine. Free Palestine indeed, man. Free Palestine. All these fucking countries that's up under the empire's iron fist. But yeah, they messaging it just isn't right. Because how can you be against ICE but be for the police? And I can see if science backed you up when you say that you're not against, I mean, you are against defunding the police, but science is against you. Because when you say stuff like, well, people need the police and stuff like that, in what way do we need the police? In what way? Because I have been doing fine without the police my whole life. I mean, there's fucking services that people need. Of course, people are going to need, people to protect you and shit like that. But the police, DPD, LAPD, whatever the fuck your PD is in the state that you are in, I doubt that you call the police. Right? And then, with all of this money that they have accumulated, they have yet to even solve most of the crimes that we have hired them to do. Like, it just came out, what was this, 3 days ago, that a sheriff for over 15 years, he just been ignoring rape kit tests. He just been ignoring them, like just throwing them away. Right? And all that money that we spend, the crime haven't slowed down because of the police. You know what I'm saying? The crime stopped because niggas go to jail. Crime stopped because, all kind of reasons, but it never been the police. Even with me living in an over-policed neighborhood in Detroit, we still committed a lot of crimes. The police didn't stop me from committing crimes just because they was there. Right? So science isn't even on your side when it comes to the money, when it comes to, the bodies dropping. Is it worth it? Is it worth having these police officers on the ground with fucking immunity that can do whatever? Like, we just seen one of these police officers get off on trying to murder a young black boy, trying to run him over with his vehicle. And he got off, right? Now, it didn't even take a week. It didn't even take 3 weeks for ICE and the police to kill somebody with those fucking shot gloves. Right? Ryan, thank you for that $10. Any politician getting mainstream news coverage or control opposition. I can say, yeah, we can say that. We can say that. It's not always true. Because sometimes they need you there so they can bury you there, right? They can bury you there, especially when you don't know what you're doing. You don't know what you're talking about. They know that you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and they will take advantage of that time to embarrass you and kill your whole fucking career, right? But yeah, it's some truth to that. It's some truth to that, but. You say DSA is not the enemy. Hey, I'm live on RBN on Twitter account. If you want to go on the spaces, if you feel a different way, we can kick it. We can chat, because not only is DSA the enemy, you know what I'm saying? Like, they are one of our slickest, one of the most efficient enemies. These the enemies that can get into our spaces. These the enemies. Is they burning rubber on the fucking corner again? But these are the enemies. These are the enemies that can get close to us and can really hurt your movements. Really, like, look how they are doing defund the police and woke. All of these DSA people going with what AOC saying, and woke one is crazy, right? This is the dangerous shit that we need to watch out for when it comes to DSA. DSA they've been here for a while. They've been here for a while, and let's not act like the people that DSA have. Damn it, bitch, focus. The people that DSA have elected have funded a genocide in Gaza, in Palestine. Like, let's not forget that. Like, these people have been walking around with their chest poked out, talking shit about third-party candidates because we talk down on, they talk shit about them or whatever the fuck it may be, right? They're walking out here with their chest out like the people that they elected did not just fucking fund a genocide. So yeah, miss me with that bullshit, dog. Miss me with that bullshit. That is dangerous. And especially for them having all kind of backing, all kind of money, and all of these fanatics that would, you know what I'm saying, just overlook all the things that they are saying and doing in the name of appealing to the normies. Right. Look how fast these new DSA candidates. Hold on, let me click that so I can get that. Yeah, I hate this camera. I am so poor, y'all. Y'all gotta work with me. I am poor. This is a fucking $50 camera. I ain't got it. So just work with me now. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, where Rick go? Rick said, look how fast these new DSA candidates said they aren't socialists as soon as they won the primaries, bro. They ain't even get in office yet. Let's talk about that. They ain't even get in office, and they are telling you, hey, you know what's coming. We're going to rug pull this shit, you know what I'm saying? And when you, like, why are you guys funding war? I thought you guys were socialists. Like, well, we still have to, you know, we got these relationships. They're going to have these Jasmine Crockett type of fucking excuses when it comes to funding Israel or comes to funding fucking Ukraine. Well, Ukraine been an ally to America for a long time, and they're going to be an ally until I'm gone. They're an ally to who? To the government? Because the people, the majority of the people do not like Israel, do not like Ukraine. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Majority of people in America do not want their money going to Ukraine. Dead ass. Like, people will be like, oh, I feel for them. But no, we shouldn't be funding or fighting any wars for them. Right? DSA refused to stand in solidarity with anyone unless they are a Democrat. Look how they ignore the fascist case against Jill Stein. Thank you, bro. They probably actually cheering in the background. They probably actually cheering for that shit. Like, oh well. Like, and like, people get mad at me when I say democracy in America is a myth. It is a myth. It is something that's sold to you to make you feel better about living in an imperial core. You have no democracy, bro. Like, look at you. You have a Supreme Court, right? You know how hypocritical all of these things is. It's like when I look at America and I look at the laws and I look at what they say and I look at all of these things into play, it kind of look like the Bible to me. It's just full of contradictions. Because how can you have an elite class? How can you have a billionaire class and then they run everything? They are too big to fall. They can break laws that would give them fines, but if I break those same laws, I'm getting life in prison. I'm getting life in prison, right? So you have a dictatorship of the elite, but then you're going to turn around and say that there's a democracy, that people actually have a choice and what they want and the laws they want passed, right? Okay, well, everybody want Medicare for all. Everybody want better water, air, schooling. Everybody voted for these things. Everybody advocate for these things. Shit, y'all can't even get flock cameras out of your neighborhoods. And another thing, I want to point out how there's no democracy in America from the simple fact that DSA feel like, just from the fact that they feel like that they have to run as a Democrat should tell them that there is no democracy. From the fact that you guys always say that, well, we can't have a third party right now because of this and that and that and this and we can't have our own party. Oh, well, ranked choice voting. Well, no, we can't have ranked choice voting because of that and this. Well, nigga, if you can't have that, this and that, then you have no democracy. You have no voice. You have no say so. You're telling me that if I have all this influence to build a fucking party, and the American government, the people that, the power that be, and the powers that be will do everything that it takes to get me kicked off of these ballots, to show me, to look up my past, to call me fucking whatever the fuck I was back in the days, a gang member and a fucking homophobe and a transphobe. They're gonna bring it all up, right? That should tell you that this democracy shit that you guys have been taught and been preaching and trying to save is a farce. It's a lie. Man, I guarantee that they probably clapping in the background. Not only them, I guarantee even like, you want to know how soft these motherfuckers are? Like even AOC, you know what I'm saying? Jasmine Crockett, Cory Booker, all of these motherfuckers, they could have came out and be like, oh no, this is some bullshit. Jill Stein ain't attacked no damn cops, ain't kicked no cop in his balls. Like, this is going too far, y'all. You know, what happened to, not going after our political rivals and locking them up, right? What happened to that? Y'all not even advocating for her, this older woman, to not fucking face prison time. That's how weak you guys are. And if they won't do that shit to Jill Stein, what makes you think they're going to do it for you? Actually, they didn't speak up for you, because remember when you was out there, when you was protesting with the college kids, when you was protesting for a free Palestine, what they were saying? I'm speaking. You had to damn near fucking rip AOC skin off her fucking body to get her to say it's a genocide. I said it was a genocide. What more do you want from me? I want you to stop funding them. Oh, dude, I'm not giving them weapons to kill people with. I'm just giving these murderers defensive weapons so they can save themselves and kill more children. This is the legacy that DSA is leaving. This is going to be the legacy, because even if they're not funding Israel, they're going to be funding Ukraine. And who is Ukraine funding? You know who Ukraine funding? You know who they giving their weapons to? Right, Israel. So they just found another loophole to go through to give Israel some defensive weapons. Like I always say, I'm dumb, bro. I'm dumb. But I ain't that stupid. I ain't that stupid, bro. Y'all niggas gotta, y'all gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like they so old school and so out of touch that they keep on going by the same playbook because they think niggas ain't reading. Like, nigga, I remember you did that. I remember you did this before. Can't remember the country. But I remember you did this, and I'm never going to fall for this type of shit again. But it's funny, man, because we have people who call themselves communists and, socialists, and they keep falling for this shit like somebody is here to save you. And I know that we have grown up on these movies where the small dog wins. He always wins at the end of the day. Revenge of the Nerds and all of these superheroes from fucking Goku. Oh, I can make it. All I gotta do is believe in myself and the power of friendship, and we will prevail. Nigga, that is not real life. That is not real life. The good guys do not win. You know what happened to good people? They get cancer. They get shot by the police. They live a very, very short life. That's reality. And we a lot of you people got it in your head that all we got to do is reform a couple of things and we can be on our way to liberation. We can be on our way to socialism and communism. My nigga, in order for this shit to work, people have to go. In order for this shit to work, people have to go. Not go to DC, not go get a higher paying job. They need to leave the earth. You guys are sitting here trying to negotiate with evil people who don't even think that you are a human. And then at the same time, they be laughing at y'all, bro, because y'all be coming to the negotiation table with half-ass measures. Y'all be like, yeah, Medicare for all. We're going to come to the table with Medicare for all. And they be like, well, I'll give you Cobra. Get the fuck out my face. I'm going to give you Cobra and you're going to get the fuck out my face, right? So you already went there with half-ass measures. What you expect? What you expect? And that's all of these people going to do. Abolish ICE. Keep funding the police. Half-ass measure. Half-ass measure. Yep, I'm live today. If y'all want to speak, you can grab the microphone. Y'all can request. I'm live on RBN page on Twitter. Also, if you guys would like to speak your piece, say what's on your mind, we live right now. And if you don't know, thank you for coming out. Thank you for coming out this late. I know. Hopefully, you guys had a good day. I know I did not, but I'm glad to be here with you guys. We are doing a back-to-school giveaway for 500 children. If you guys can, please donate to Tour for the Poor, Cash App, Tour for the Poor, PayPal on Holy Rome 6, Venmo, Tour for the Poor. We're going to be out there. I'm going to be doing a speech on socialism and communism. These are elementary to middle school kids. We're going to be giving out 500 book bags with the supplies to go in it, as far as crayons, pencils, markers, pens, papers, folders, binders, all of it. We're going to have all of it, as long as you guys can help us reach our goal, which is 1,500. We already raised 700 of that. So we just need about $500 more to reach our goal. And I promise you, I'm gonna stop asking about this fucking giveaway. I'm tired of this fucking giveaway. I'm ready to move the fuck on. Tomorrow I will be at the homeless shelter giving away clothes for women and haircuts for people that need it. So if you guys are in the Metro Detroit area and you want to meet up and help me out with that, you can contact me at my email, bethea.rome@gmail.com. And we're going to be out there around 4, 5-ish because it's going to be hot as fuck tomorrow. Hopefully that rain goes away. It's always raining here in Detroit. But hopefully it goes away and we can get out there and help some people while we can, man. Because just because I'm broke and I'm fucked up and I'm sad, you know what I'm saying, don't mean people ain't got it worse than me. There's always somebody who got it worse. Always somebody got it worse. So just look out while you can. Donate to Tour for the Poor, Cash App, Tour for the Poor, PayPal on Holy Rome 6, Venmo, Tour for the Poor, and Sab still RBN. Sabby is always gonna be RBN, Care Party. Everybody's like, we all on good terms. RBN is just a platform, it's a network for you to boost your own self up. And we are more than happy to have Sabby a part of RBN, Care Party. I help her get started with her mutual aid and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We all good. you know, no hard feelings, no harsh feelings. But this is just a platform used for you to boost yourself up. And once you feel like you got it, that's on you. If you want to, you go up on your own, because it's easier. Sometimes it's easy with a team, sometimes it's harder with a team. But once you get your shit up, hey, boom, that's how it goes. But thank you guys for donating. Ryan, thank you for that $20. I'm just seeing this. Thank you for that $20 on Venmo. Dale, do you got something to say? Dale, Bear, Alex, what's going on?
What's going on, brother?
What's going on with you? What's on your mind?
I was just gonna get on here and make sure that a few things were really, really spelled out for the listeners out there. First of all, DSA is nothing more than rebranded social democrats. They just sheep herd to the Democratic Party. All they want to do is reform the system. They pretend like they want to do more, but they don't. And the reality is because of Buckley versus Vallejo and Citizens United, where money equals free speech, the people who have money have the speech and have the rights, but people who don't have the money aren't able to actually have a voice in our system. And whenever people without a voice are in the system, we don't have true representatives. We have misrepresentatives. The representatives that we have are only catering to the ultra-rich, AIPAC, and others. And whenever you have those people just being represented exclusively, we don't have representation. And really, what we really need to do is just repeat the old saying, no taxation without representation. Because we have absolutely no representation. If you're a brokey like I am, then you are not being represented at all. Your voice is muted forever. Even if you were to spend $100, $1,000, even $10,000, your voice is very, very low, and you're not actually being heard by those people that are in power. And just to say that we're going to vote our way out of this is a farce, because the reality is that American politics is purely kayfabe. The fights are scripted, the outcomes are predetermined, and at the end of the day, they're being paid by the same exact owners. And they just want to find a way to maximize their profits and to make every single person that is a brokey out there to be effectively a wage slave at all times. And that's pretty much my way down and dirty, brother.
So how do you feel about people like, we just need to take it slow, you just need to spit on it and rub on it a little bit and then stick the head in first, because we're not going to get a revolution until everybody in office look and sound like us?
Well, I think that we don't need to slow down. In fact, things are so upside down and backwards. To me, I'm just wondering, where is the revolution? Like, a lot of people are like, well, we need a political revolution. We're going to go out and have interpretive dance. They ain't going to change shit.
I be forgetting about them damn dances, man. It's just crazy. That's embarrassing.
The only way that we're going to change anything is if it could be two fronts. It could be a nonviolent front, and it could be a violent front. And the reality is that the nonviolence, you have to be willing to go to jail in order to buck this stuff. You need to say, I am not going to pay taxes. I am not going to fund this. I'm not going to participate in the Wall Street, aka the legal casino of America, because we're not going to maximize profits anymore. We are going to take them away at every turn and at every opportunity. And that's the non-violent way.
And see, another thing that pisses me off with these people who say stuff like, well, the material conditions need to be. I'm like, bro, don't piss me off. Don't piss me off with the material conditions of bullshit, because like I had explained this on an older stream, but white people are some of the poorest people in America. White people are some of the poorest people in America, but they still are fucking racist, right? Still are fucking racist. And, people always say, well, it's going to take for people to lose everything. What did you have? What do people have in America to where if they lose nothing, then now they're going to get up? Now all of a sudden they're going to find this spark and this revolutionary courage to actually do something about it.
At least that's my hope, that someday that they're going to realize that the police are out there just executing people because they feel like it. I mean, it's not like the police are following the laws. They don't know the laws. They're not educated in the law. What they're doing is they're just taking away money from regular people, you know, for no particular reason. I mean, the easiest, most simple way is everything from like a traffic stop to a parking ticket, but then it just goes up and up and up until, you know, what happens is whenever people can afford to get the tickets, then they don't give a shit, you know? So, you know, like whenever these laws that they supposedly are putting out there, they're not really laws for everyone. The reality is that almost everything is legal for a price. You know, and that price is what the cops collect to put into their pockets, to put in to the crooked politician pockets, and to I don't know, increase their union representation. I don't know. It's absolutely ridiculous what the police force is out there. You know, DSA will be like, we need to get rid of police. No, what we need to do is demilitarize the police or arm every single man and woman and child up to and exceeding that of law enforcement. Because the reality is that we have to defend our homes and our communities. Yeah. Because they're certainly not defending our communities. They're just trying to put our communities down. And if people can't do what they tell them to do, or if they can't pay the fines that they're putting them to, they're throwing them in jail. And what they're doing is they're using imprisoned people for slave labor here in the United States.
Yep. And see those. I'm gonna get Barry in real quick. Barry, what's on your mind?
Come on, here we go. Yo, Ron, thank you so much for letting me talk. Yo, like the big thing is legitimacy, man. We keep playing their stupid fucking games, so what ends up happening is we keep giving them fucking legitimacy. We participate in their fucking elections, participate in everything that they fucking give us to participate in, except in our own fucking liberation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like, just bridge issues, just real quick, and I hate to sound like a fucking, like a two-party guy, but, like, just give me a second. Like, you got COVID, right? You got all the ladies that were like, yo, it's against my fucking choice to fucking take the vaccine, this, that, and the other thing. And then you got pro-choice women.
They call it in.
The same fucking beef, but it's dressed up differently because they too much believe in these fucking idols that they fucking worship and not the fucking situation that they're fucking in, man. You know what I mean? So you got this legitimacy, and then there's so much obvious crossover where these people can be like, holy shit, we're workers. But then they're like, nah, fuck it. You know, it doesn't matter because I want to be accepted by my fucking idols that have put me in this fucking situation in the first place. Thank you.
Thank you, man. See, I have a bone to pick with people who like to say, well, people need to be my bad. I'll be having a bone to pick with people who say stuff like, "Yep, hold on, what? Why's my mic keep going mute? Hello?
It's flipping, man.
All right, there we go. But yeah, I'll be having a bone to pick with these people who like to say, well, you know, we need to educate people, and then they'd be more in tune with the revolution and shit like that. This is how I know. This is like when I start to judge people. This is when I start to judge people, right? Because you have an army out there. Like, this is how I know people don't do on the ground work. Because I don't need to, you know, teach a whole bunch of ex-middle or middle class people, higher middle class people who, you know what I'm saying? I don't need to teach these people. What the fuck? Why does it keep doing it? I don't need to teach the people, because if they was doing it, if they wanted to learn about it, they would have been learning about it and they would have been doing it, right? But we need to tap into, you know, the permanent poor class, the permanent prison class, the permanent homeless class. That's what we need to tap into, because those are the allies that these DSA, these fucking CPUSA people pretend to be. They are the revolutionaries that these DSA people pretend to be. When we talk about revolution, and when we talk about revolution, we got to understand revolution is not just blood and bones. You know what I'm saying? There's a trade of power. There's a trade of land, and we need people that know how to, you know what I'm saying, basically how to take a life and live with it, because we're not going to get anywhere by people like, oh, well, we just need to, like, you need the people who has been drugged down, beat down, kept down, and want to fight for a better life. Not people who want to say, oh, well, let's just do it this way and let's just try to reform this and that. Because guess what? There's always somebody holding the other shitty end of the stick, right? There's always somebody holding the shitty end of the stick. And like always, it's more likely going to be the global South who's going to get the shitty end of the stick. And I am not going to sacrifice, the global South for faster trains or free buses or whatever the fuck that these people are promising me, even if they can't even keep it, But if we're talking about revolution, if we want to talk about educating the masses, we'll go tap in with the homeless community. Go tap in with the people that's in prison. You know what I'm saying? Go be a pen pal. Go get them educated on Marx and Lenin, Stalin. You know what I'm saying? Because those are your killers. Those are your shooters. See, the difference is between a Crip, a Blood, a GD, wherever the hell it may be, is we are gang members. Some might be murderers and whatnot, but the difference is we're not funded by the government. That's the only difference. We're not funded by the government. We do damn near the same shit. You know what I'm saying? Or we can take it like this. If you have a gang, that's just like your army. It's just like your fucking army. The difference is we don't get fucking Purple Hearts. We don't get ranks and whatever the fuck. We don't get to be majors and captains and drill sergeants, whatever the fuck it may be. But it's little to no difference. But all you got to do is tap in with those people. Those are your soldiers. Those are your soldiers. Every day I see people die for less. You know what I'm saying? And if these communists was on the ground like they claim to be, these socialists, these democratic socialists claim that they was phone banking and knocking on doors like they claim to be, then there's no reason why, you know what I'm saying, these motherfuckers are still, you know what I'm saying, like still fucking with us like this. Like there's no way. There's no way, bro. But yeah, I just don't like that when people are like, well, we need to educate people on what revolution is and this is that. People know what this shit takes. You're just not willing to fucking, sacrifice yourself because let's be honest, a lot of Americans, and me myself included, are selfish. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Americans don't want to give their life up for the future generations because they want to see how the shit gonna turn out. They want to be in it too. They want to feel it too, but it don't work like that. Our ancestors died for the shit that we enjoy today, and they never even got a chance to fucking enjoy this shit. Like there's people who died for the right to vote and they never got the fucking vote. There's people who died fighting for fucking for child labor laws and never had a child. You know what I'm saying? But those motherfuckers that we need to tap into. Stop paying attention to these niggas who, oh well, we just need to take it slow. No, bro. The world is ending. Not the world is ending. The empire is ending. We need to be going as fast as possible. We need to be bold about what our stance is. Stand 10 toes down and live that shit. Because if you don't, you're going to get co-op. Your message is going to get co-op because look how abolished the police. First it was to abolish the police. Then it's defund the police. Now it's woke one is crazy, right? And that's what DSA got us. High-waisted. What's going on?
Dog, thanks for having this. I just wanted to say the problem is that a lot of people that so-called leftists, they got too much skin. They don't got any skin in the game. They got too much to lose, and they always have the safety of their privilege and their whiteness to go back to when shit hits south. So that's why they can't be trusted. That's what Malcolm X was talking about when he's talking about the white liberal. It's just we you can't trust them to really fucking be down for shit when it really does go down. They can always, like I said, retreat to that safety, and they always have that ace in the hole. You know what I mean? So fuck them. You know, we gotta take it in our own hands. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Matthew, I'm gonna add you a speaker. What's going on, Matt?
Yo, what's up? I just wanted to chime in real quick and say that basically, that I don't know, I guess I was just gonna say that, like, I used to be like a Bernie Sanders person. I used to be a Democratic Socialist. I think the only way people really get convinced or become communists is through their own like experience. Like, it's not going to be through like arguing or trying to like convince them like, oh, like you're wrong. I think they just have to go through that experience like themselves.
Yep.
I think that's where most people kind of become communists is through political experience. It's like, okay, like they have to see for themselves like voting through the system isn't going to work. You know, that's just my take.
Yeah, and another way is these people just got to be left behind, bro. Like they dead ass just got to be left behind. The movements, the moment is too big for DSA. It's too big for CPUSA. It is too big for them. They cannot meet the moment, and I feel like they should be left behind. I know the camera is blurry. Like I don't know what to do, y'all. They keep fucking with me. It won't focus. So just bear with me. If y'all want me to get a new camera, donate the tour for the poor. Donate the tour for the poor. No, fuck that camera. Donate the tour for the poor for them fucking kids. We're doing that back to school giveaway. Let me check and see if we got some more donations real quick. Nope. Ryan, thank you for that $20. But yeah, a lot of people going to have to be left behind. And you know, it don't really bothers me. I don't really feel any way about it because they leave people behind all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at their rhetoric now. They're trying to get they're trying to leave black people behind. And I've been telling black people this for the longest. When the Democratic Party was trying to go and get the moderate vote, when they were trying to go get the moderate vote, that was their way of telling you guys that we're about to get ready to replace the black vote with these upper middle class crackers. You know what I'm saying? Or these ex-Republican crackers, whatever it may be. But they was telling you, we getting ready to get we tired of y'all niggas. We're not giving you reparations. You know what I'm saying? So stop that shit. Stop asking for it. You're not gonna get it. You know, there's been a lot of fucking telltale signs that the Democratic Party was getting ready to, you know, say fuck the black people, and they have been telling us for a while now. And like even right now, you know, getting rid of, you know, Kamala Harris saying, oh, well, we can't do nothing about the voting rights right now, and then you know AOC coming out as woke, and all these people, you know, just throwing out the whole 2020 uprising, the fucking George Floyd riots, and all that shit. They just like disregard all that shit. That's black people, bro. That's black people. They getting ready to fucking get rid of that shit. They like, fuck y'all niggas. Y'all not getting no tangibles because you haven't asked for tangibles, but now all these young people, black people waking up and they think they about to get something from the Democratic Party. They got another thing coming. Because as soon as we successfully replace the black vote with the moderate vote, it's a wrap for all that shit. Y'all can really and truly suck a dick. Y'all got your hands up. What's going on, Dale?
Hey, I just want to throw out here something. You know, communism isn't just for the people who are academics, okay? Reading the material is one thing, and being educated on it is certainly important for people who are smart out there. But the reality is that most people in this nation are working class, and they are not educated, nor can they be educated that well. I mean, we have speakers who educate faster than books themselves. So if you're out there and you're wanting to be a real communist and really get this shit going, take what you've already read and start talking to people. There's nothing that will make somebody a communist faster than actually just sitting down and having a conversation with them. They don't necessarily always need to read Marx. It's certainly suggested, but the time for just academics is over, and the time for action is at hand. And you need to be out there not just learning what you know or what you know you need to know. You need to be teaching other people. You need to be telling people, like, there's messed up things, and with these messed up things, you have to go out and actually do something about it. That's more than just, I don't know, again, interpretive dance. You need to go out there and show people that you need to be business. You need to start rallying people. Like, that's one beautiful thing about the Revolutionary Blackout Network, is they're out there actually talking to people. You know, what it's brought me closer is just talking with the audience members, talking with the hosts, you know, and learning these things. Like, I read stuff, but there's also action. There's a lot of different actions you can take. You don't have to necessarily just be front lines. You can be logistics. You can be healthcare. You can be the person bringing in the water bottles. Okay, but the reality is that it's the time for education is well, it's always there. You need to be out taking action. You can't
like Dale, what I always say when I'm out helping people out, make sure that people see the hammer and sickle. Like, when I'm at these homeless shelters and whatnot, and they see that flag in the air, they see that flag flying, they run to the homeless shelter because they know that somebody is there to help them. This is a Twitter space. They know that somebody is there to help them. So when you doing what you do, make sure they know who's doing it, because I'm not about to let nobody else take this fucking credit. You know what I'm saying? All credit due to communism, all credit due to socialism. And when you're out there and you're helping people and you're feeding people, wherever the fuck it may be, make sure that they know that you are a socialist. Make sure they know that you are a communist. Like I always ask you people, do your neighbors know that you are a communist? Do your father, do your mother know? You know, you have to let it be known, because if you don't take your credit, they will for you. They will for you, and they have no problem with stealing your labor, your time. They do it every fucking day, and they will take your credit even if it's the most slimiest shit ever, like that, just to feed some homeless people and be like, yeah, you know, if it wasn't for us, you know, they'll want to be able to do. No. We did this. The communists seen this. You see that hammer and sickle? This is how you get it. And in another way, this is how you protect yourself from those fucking liberals who want to join your movements, but they don't want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to co-opt your progressive movements and shit like that, but they had never taken as far as flying that hammer and sickle. They had never taken as far. They say, I'm a socialist, I'm not a communist, right? We hear that all the fucking time, right? We hear that shit all the time.
I would say the American people not ready for it, bro.
Man, thank you, my brother Nick.
We can't say we're communists because the American people not ready. We got to meet the people where they're at.
Shit. Man, what's popping? I ain't meeting none of them niggas ready yet. I'm not moving an inch. I am so motherfucking, I'm getting old. I know I'm stuck in my ways. I'm getting old for real. But I'm not moving, bro. I'm not gonna compromise on my beliefs or on my tone to make you feel better.
You guys realize, like, the DSA, what they're essentially doing, they coaching politicians on how to lie to the working class.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh no, so like, bro, it's not about lying to people. It's not about trying to manipulate people. It's not about meeting them where they're at. It's about appealing to the material interest. Communism is the ideology of class warfare. And we got millions of Americans who are struggling. We have millions of Americans who have medical debt. We have countless people who are facing food insecurity, homelessness. We don't need any goddamn stupid gimmicks, bro. We don't need to be a super book nerd to demand everyone to be able to define communism, define anarcho-communism. We don't need everyone to.
Hey, Peter, thank you so much for that $10. I appreciate you so much.
When Mao was organizing the Chinese peasants, he showed showed them the merits of his revolution by his deeds. When he freed the slaves, when he took down corrupt warlords, when he provided for the farmers. We got to be there to provide for the work class and show what communism is all about. And by appealing to their material interests above all, instead of just appealing to the culture war like DSA liberals, you appeal to their material interests, and that's how you build a legitimate movement instead of just banging the capitalist class drums. So I just wanted to come and say that. One more thing about the DSA, and bro, we said this earlier, that's why I left the chat, to let everyone know, like, how many DSA officials had anything on Joe Stein been prosecuted by the Trump fascist administration for protesting genocide? It had nothing to do with whether you agree with Joe Stein, like Joe Stein, but that just shows that if you're not a Democrat, they will abandon you too, bro. As we were rising this era of technocratic fascism, as the police states continue to expand, they have told time and time again they have no solidarity with us and our movement, so we shouldn't have any solidarity with them. They are our number one enemy. We need to prevent their goal from being successful. They want to sheepdog the working class into a capitalist party. So, bro, that's why I take pride when they say I'm a wrecker. Goddamn right, I'm a wrecker of your movement. Sheepdog people to the Democratic Party.
Thank goodness. Shit. No, because DSA is replacing themselves for the liberals when we punch left. When we punch left, they start to get in, they are starting to jump in the way like how the liberals used to jump in the way of politicians. Now we have these DSA motherfuckers jumping in the way of these politicians when they when we criticize them. And yes, they are our first enemies because they are the closest. They are the closest, and they are the first ones that we are going to hit straight the hell up. And it sucks because I would love to build movements with everybody. Like I even say this shit about black people. I would love to liberate all my people.
Just call the DSA.
But
Democrats who have just been rebranded. That's it. Like what the social democrat. Nobody knows what a social democrat is unless you're like 50 years old.
Yeah.
It's just rebranded social democrats, and they're appealing to the Democratic Party. They're appealing to the duopoly. They're not looking for their own party. They are not their own party. They don't let people into that little organization without some sort of some sort of end call. Okay, the reality is that communists are all working class, and the reality is that we may be different, but you need to not just accept, but embrace all of our differences and say we are the working class, and no matter what, we stand shoulder to shoulder against this capitalist bullshit.
It's true, man. Matthew, I'm gonna get high-waisted and then Matthew.
So there's one thing, like, people talk about like education and whatnot, and I feel like, the actual working class has been educated by the terrors of capitalist society our whole life. Like, I don't think we require more education and more convincing that this fucking system is designed to kill us. We see it every fucking day. The thing is that people have had that revolutionary potential hijacked by propaganda and told that your enemy is over here, your enemy is over there, and it always pointing away from the true capitalist perpetrators of our oppression, right? It's like, oh look, it's the immigrant, that's what you need to worry about. Never mind that you're capitalist, wars of aggression overseas what drove them to our shores. Maybe even if that is the problem, you're the one behind that problem, right? And that's what people do. And there needs to be education, maybe it's at that level. Just like realizing who your enemy is, know your enemy.
Yeah, because my enemies ain't nobody in Russia. I ain't got no enemies in Cuba. I ain't got no enemies in Africa. I don't know what the fuck these niggas be talking about. I ain't got no enemies in Vietnam. I ain't got no enemies in the DPRK. Like, I know who my enemies are. Like, my enemies poisoned my kids. My enemies then locked up all my friends for speeding tickets and marijuana. You know what I'm saying? My enemies fuck up my neighborhood every fucking day. So, all of that bullshit. Oh, look over there. And it's really like, I'm like I said earlier, Nigga, I'm dumb, nigga. I'm a dumb nigga, but I ain't that fucking stupid to fall for something like that because it's easy to fall for the conquer and divide, but in these days, this 2026.
This is kind of what I was getting at. I don't think it's necessarily lack of education. I think most of these people know exactly what's going on.
Oh yeah.
And they just what they have is cowardice.
Yep.
They love life more than they love liberty and freedom.
Yep.
And power for the people. They're too scared to take that power back because they know that it has a cost and they're not willing to pay. They'd rather cower in chains. They love their chains.
They don't want a better world. They want a better life.
Right, and they don't want to destroy the system that's oppressing everybody. They just want it to work for them specifically.
Yep.
They want to be a part of the class that is benefiting from it, and not a part of the class that's being crushed underfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really what the basis of it is, and that's what we need to start realizing about some of these people is that they're not just temporarily,
Bears millionaires. Yeah.
They're part of the problem.
Matthew, what's going on?
Yeah, so I just wanted to add that another thing about the DSA that I wanted to say was like their whole milieu is just basically like these people who want to become like they want to be like these like they want to have these office jobs, they want to have these like cushiony like PMC jobs where so to them that's a lot of them are upper middle class or middle class, right? And so they don't want to lose that status, right? So that's why the DSA, a lot of their rank and file, it comes from that milieu. So that's why they don't really want to ever like become a full-on communist because to them, they have something to lose, right? But I think a lot of the, like, I don't know, I feel like to me, like, I just don't understand how people can see like what happened to Bernie in 2016 and then go through like what happened with the squad with like AOC, and then they could still, I don't know how they look at that and still think, oh, like let's vote for let's vote for Zoran, or let's vote for this DSA candidate, right? And I'm like, dude, it's been like 10 years and the same thing's still happening. We're just having the same conversations over and over again, right? Like I get it if you're like a 18-year-old who's just getting into politics and you voted for Zoran for the first time. I'm like, all right, whatever, right? We've all been there. But I do not understand people who are in their 30s and 40s. I'm like, dude, you're still voting for the DSA.
Because you got to understand that they don't understand that they have driven themselves insane. You know what I'm saying? Like a crazy person don't know that they're crazy. They don't know that their actions is harming people. They're just doing it. They're just doing it out of impulse. They're just doing it, right? And they don't understand that they have driven themselves insane. And it's going to take for us to break that chain for them to even look like, oh, shit, maybe, oh, damn. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I am doing this wrong. Like, maybe I am doing this. Like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah, no, for sure. I think it goes back to what I was saying about, like, a lot of these DSA people, they're very, like I said, they have these, they want to become, like, they want to be in the PNC, right? Or a lot of them, like, get these degrees but they don't have any interaction with like the working class. They don't have any interaction with like people in the hood. They don't have any interaction with people like they don't know anybody, like any blue collar person. They don't know how to talk to people. And I think that's a big issue with the DSA. It's a big issue with the left in general.
Yeah.
I think also it's just I will say like I think there are like a few, like there's few and far between, like in the DSA there's always going to be like a few people who are like on their political journey. They're still like, those are people who are still like reachable, but like you said, we shouldn't focus on them, right? Because the DSA's target audience isn't the working class.
Yeah.
It's like PNC, like office workers. It's like those type of people. They think they can have a revolution of just those people, right? But they don't speak to like the vast majority of the country. I'll land my plane there.
Yeah, this is crazy. We about to hold on. I want to share a video real quick. I posted that share this earlier. Before I share that, can you join the space Revolutionary Black on Twitter? Well, let me see. I'm gonna see if I can prop this up on my speaker so you guys can hear a little bit better. I don't know if that's gonna do anything, but we'll see. If you guys can, please donate to Tour for the Poor. I did. Yeah, I just added you back. Okay. Yep. Please donate to Tour for the Poor. We are doing a back to school giveaway for 500 children here on the east side of Detroit. If you're not up to date, we got 300 backpacks so far. We need 200 more. We're also trying to get supplies that go with the backpack, so they're going to be full and ready for the kids to get. It's for 500 kids. We're trying to raise $1,500 altogether. We raised over $700 so far, so we just need about $500 or $600 more to reach our goal. And I promise I will leave you the fuck alone. Thank you to everybody who did donate so far. Peter, thank you for that $10. Appreciate you what you do. I appreciate your support. And Ryan, thank you for that $20. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys because this was so embarrassing. Like I don't know how people don't cringe at stuff like this. This shit is so embarrassing.
Quickly, because I know that you have to go. Congressman Jolly says he is a capitalist. Would you call yourself a capitalist, or do you reject capitalism?
I live in a capitalistic society. I'm a small business owner. I like to make money. I don't see what the problem is.
So are you a capitalist?
I'm a capitalist who believes that we need some strong regulation.
If she was, oh God, like this is so embarrassing. She could have said, I'm petty bourgeois, and niggas wouldn't even give a fuck, right? Because that's what she are. Like, by, excuse me, by definition, she's petty bourgeois, right? But, God, let me let the rest of the shit play.
Okay. All right. And will you campaign with David Jolly? Are you planning to campaign with him?
I don't have a problem campaigning with anyone on the Democratic ticket that is for actually having quality health care, that's for actually expanding access to universal child care. I want people who want to improve the quality of life for all Floridians. I'm sorry, I am still operating on a minimum amount of sleep, but I am out here just, talking to people. I'm super excited. Look, y'all, it doesn't have to be this way. I believe that hardworking, everyday people should get to shape what our communities look like and what our economies look like instead of this billionaire class that is actually running the show. I'm ready to put the power back in the hands of the people.
You a capitalist that's ready to put the power in. How do people fall for this? How can you like watch that and be like, yeah, black power? What the fuck? Nick, what Nick?
Says she wants to give the power back to the people. Like, bro, what do you think socialists are advocating for? We want to seize the mean of production. She's too scared to say that. Meanwhile, she's talking about she want to give power back to the people. This is the fucking intellectually lazy nonsense.
Oh my
God. For
God.
the PLC class.
Oh my God, bro. And then, like, if she was a little bit better PR trained, she, like I said, we could have cleaned this up for her. Like, you just say you petty bourgeois. Say you're petty bourgeois. Say you're petty bourgeois. Don't say that you're a capitalist. Say that you're petty bourgeois, because she's not a landlord. She's a small business owner. Dude, and DSA, I don't know. How, AJ, if a nigga was interviewing somebody in a care party and they asked the nigga, are you a communist or are you a capitalist? And this nigga said, I ain't no communist. What the fuck what this? Hey, come here real quick. Like, what's wrong with you, motherfucker? All right, like, what? Hold on, bro. We talked about this. You better shut the fuck up. Like, nigga, you making me look bad, nigga. What the fuck you mean you a capitalist who want to put the power back in the hands of the people? That don't even make sense. That contradicts itself. Oh, you a capitalist who don't believe that billionaires should have all of this access? This is so fucking insane that people actually fight in the comments and be going to war and be typing to their motherfucking fingertips and their thumbs bleed, trying to take up for these fucking politicians who obviously about to pull the rug on your bitch ass. Hold on, we just got a big ass donation. Oh, I thought I was tripping. Oh shit. Steven, thank you for that $110 to Tour for the Poor. I appreciate that. All we need is about fucking what, $400 more now? Shit. So good looking for that. That was fucking good looking. Brandon with the $10. Thank you for that. I appreciate that for mutual aid and funds. That is beautiful, y'all. Thank y'all for that, man. Cause I ain't gonna lie. Tomorrow I was like, man, fuck this shit. Fuck them kids, man. I'm tired of shit. I'm already mad. I'm sad. They took away my damn Twitter. I'm sad as hell. I'm like, I can't even find my real fucking followers. So I was gonna say, fuck it. We're gonna go there with what we got. But y'all always look out. I appreciate that. But Nick, man. Nick, bro. I'm lost for words. What you got to say about this, man? I don't even know what the fuck to say.
What pisses me off, bro? For one, DSA keep electing capitalists who are afraid. If you're afraid to defend socialism, why you guys keep trying to hijack our term? Why are you hijacking the term socialism if it's so unpopular, if it's so toxic in the first place? Why can't you just admit you're a capitalist organization? People will get mad at us when we say, man, you know that DSA are actually a capitalist and believe in welfare. And then they will let people who straight up say, oh yeah, I'm a Dubai landlord and I'm a capitalist.
And then, right, he said that shit. He said, I don't know why they keep calling me a socialist. Dude, I met El Said. I have been a part of DSA. Remember, we was all Bernie people, right? I was a part of the DSA. I have met these motherfuckers. I met Rashida Tlaib. I have met Nigga, Nick, me and you was just talking to him in Chicago.
Didn't you meet Nina Turner? Wasn't you?
Yeah, man. I got Nina Turner phone number. We talked on the phone, all that shit.
Then she was like, hell no. She was like, hell no. These niggas too crazy.
They said my name on the stage. It was like, shout out to 6 Mile Rome. He been putting in the work and blah, blah. You know? So these people have been a part of DSA for a long fucking time, bro. This whole fucking time. And now when they're in the hot seat, and you gotta explain your ideologies. They're like, oh, I ain't no communist. I ain't no socialist, no master. I'm a good little capitalist. I'm a business owner. Me? No, I like making money. Off the back of who though? You like money? Okay, we all like money, but off the back of who?
I'd rather families keep their money. She over here talking about how she want to make money. I want to make it so families don't have to pay thousands of dollars for healthcare premiums. You know what I mean? I want it so the work class don't have to pay for medical debt. She over here talking about she want money. I want to make money. What are you talking about? We want prosperity for the working class.
Hey, Steven, thank you for becoming a member for 40 months. God damn, nigga. Man, if this is shit, GTA 6 still ain't gonna come out. You're gonna be a member for 40 months and GTA 6 still ain't gonna come out. Nigga.
Bro, I can't wait to play the Cop Killer Simulator.
Man, I'm so happy that they leaking that shit. He said he got a kill switch. He got a kill switch, bro. So if he go to jail, he gonna leak the full game for free.
I know the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna loan the shotty, find the first cop. We call it cop pumping. Pump every cop you see.
They made it a little bit more realistic. So maybe you'll be able to see, like, I know you play Last of Us 2. Like when you hold a motherfucker and you can see the brains pop out their head. Like maybe we get something like that.
Yeah,
Boom.
I want to see more gore for the police.
Oh yeah, definitely way more gore. Definitely, yeah. Because them little blood puddles, that ain't enough for me. Like I've been in the hood. My first time seeing somebody get killed, I was like 7 years old. Now I was a headshot. Like so, this little game shit ain't nothing to me. I need to see some real shit, you know. Oh no.
And we got Fox New York Fish. What's popping, brother?
Hey, finally got this working. Hey, Nick. Hey, Ron. What's going on, Ryder?
I just pulled up Angie Nixon video. I did receipt on her this afternoon. She loaded with Charles Billiam money.
Next time I'm gonna bring my speakers so you guys can hear the speakers a little bit louder. They're saying that they can't hear you guys that well. So if you guys can, please speak up and clearly.
Okay, you guys hear me?
Yep.
You guys hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was just saying that you guys just brought up the Angie Nixon clip and how she talked about a Catholic. I did a whole receipt thread on her. She's loaded with.
You said she what? D dip?
Yeah, they cut out. But yeah, she's a NATO leftist too. She's a big Nazi supporter. They're all Nazi supporters. In order to get the endorsement for Working Family Party and all the DSA organizations, you literally have to support NATO and Nazism.
Yeah, so she's definitely a capitalist. She has to get that endorsement from these NGOs.
Oh yeah, we already know how to go. You gotta give up something. They be like, hey, you ain't about to just be in here being clean cut. You gotta show us that you're willing to sacrifice people. You're willing to kill people. You know what I'm saying? And still tax people money. Straight the fuck up. I think that's the ritual. You gotta steal from the working class.
Yeah, so all this nonsense about being grassroots against billionaires is all BS because they're loaded. Once you do some research, you do some SEC or tax research, they're loaded with all the billionaire money and pretending to be for the working class. It's all BS.
Yeah, they think that we're still falling for the shit, bro. Like I see if it was 2016, shit, 2018. You know what I'm saying? At least. Like, man, ain't nobody falling for the shit. I mean, some people is, but majority of us aren't, bro. Like, a lot of us just aren't falling for the shit. And, you know, I'm just happy people waking up because there is so much shit to be done, bro. And everybody's just going backwards. Everybody going backwards. Like, oh, well, we can't do this and we can't say that. We can't say this. We can't say that. Why? Why the fuck we can't say this? Why the fuck we can't say that? You know what I'm saying? Why we can't be bold with our stance? Why wouldn't I go out like, dude, I'm a black man in America. I wake up, I'm paranoid every day that I'm gonna go outside and go get some fucking cigarettes and just get killed. Like that's reality for me. I don't have the privilege or the time to hold my tongue, so I don't. I don't because look at these motherfuckers who are right wing, who are conservative, who are hateful, who are homo. They don't hold their tongue for them, for their people. They don't hold their tongue for you. They don't be like, oh, well, maybe we don't go full Nazi. Maybe we just go half Nazi. Maybe we just put half of the KKK hood on and this side can be it. No, they tell you straight the fuck up. Get the fuck out of my country. This and that, blah, blah, blah. While they're being strong and standing 10 toes down in their beliefs, you want us to tiptoe around. You want us to fucking eat around the bush because you haven't learned to fucking lick a clitoris yet. That's not my fucking fault. I found you cats through Jimmy Dore. Thank you for this $10, Pete. I found you guys cats through Jimmy Dore. Happy that happened. I tell my friends to watch Revolutionary Blackout. They say no. Hey, I don't blame them niggas. Like, bro, who the fuck this crazy nigga keep yelling at?
All right, Ron, keep holding it down, bro. I'll talk to you in a little bit, homie. I'll head up.
Thank you, man. Thank you, Nick. Thank you for everything, man.
Donate to Rome's fundraiser, man.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna come out to Detroit. I'm gonna come out and see the library, help at one of these events here soon.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm still at war with the city about my lights because I had to pay $10,000 to get the lights redone. But now they saying that, oh well, you didn't go through our people. So yeah, that's gonna be It's gonna be a motherfucker. Man, yeah. But Dale, what's on your mind?
All right, so first up, if you're listening to this stream, I'm going to do a shameless plug for Torch for the Poor. If you have a few extra bucks, just laying around for the price of a fucking Whopper meal or some shit, you can just send it over to Rome. I guarantee you that Rome puts that shit to work. He gets work done. If you want to be a communist, you go out and get work done, and Rome gets work done. Be sure that you donate to the cause if you can, and also very much consider putting in some work of your own. But I just want to start throwing out here a few things. So in order to be a socialist or a communist, you have to make sure that you embrace being anti-capitalist. If you're listening to the stream, you are not a capitalist. You are living in a capitalist society, but what you are is a wage slave. You are just a prisoner to the system, to this economic system, to this legal casino. You are not a capitalist. And you need to make sure that you explain to everybody out there that unless they own capital, and they don't, then they're not a capitalist. Okay? Now, let me emphasize something else. Whenever it comes to elections, your votes do not matter. The people who are elected are the people who get bags of money just dropped onto their campaigns. If AIPAC wants to see somebody elected, they just drop bags of money onto them. If they don't want you in the system, they ain't going to let you into the system. There is a glass ceiling, and again, your votes don't matter. Again, it's all kayfabe. The fights are scripted. The outcomes are predetermined. At the end of the day, the people who want to hire somebody, hire them by just dropping bags of money on this campaign. I could go through a whole big list of some of the crazy nuances that happens within the Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives, the presidency. It's all BS. What they tell you has nothing to do with what's actually going on. That being said, whenever you are a socialist, you are anti-capitalist. But here's something else that you need to know. Do not fly the Ukraine flag. If you see somebody flying the Ukraine flag, you need to say they support literal Nazism. Ukraine is a Nazi nation, and they are completely supported by Israel, just like what we are. They are tied to it, and they want to push back against socialism as much as anybody else.
But see, Dale, this is the problem. They know that they support Nazis. They support Nazis because they support America in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like they can say that, oh, I just don't want civilians to die, which is a lie. That is another lie, because I can't even sit here and say, oh, well, I don't want civilians to die. It depends on what country it is, to be honest, to be totally honest. Because if you was talking Argentina, I'm going to be real. I really don't care. And they don't either. They don't either. They know they support Nazis in the West and Europe. And, you can't even hide around this shit. You can't even beat around and be like, well, no, and, or say that, well, Russia got Nazis too, or whatever the fuck it may be, because these people would straight up tell you, like, no, I'm a white supremacist. I'm a Nazi. We name our streets and our fucking grocery stores and our parks after Nazis. Like, we fly the Nazi flag, and these Americans, they are weaponizing arrogance, ignorance. They're weaponizing ignorance, and they are playing dumb in your faces whole time. They probably like, hell Hitler, nigga, dead ass, because ain't no way somebody in 2026 look at Ukraine, see what's going on, know that NATO is pushing east on Russia borders, even after they said that we got it in writing. They said, hey, we're not going to go on your borders. We're going to leave you alone. Now we're going to fight Russia until the last Ukrainian. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing. Hold up. Another thing. There's going to be a lot of listeners out there. There's going to be a lot of people out there who did get actively scammed
scammed. I can't emphasize this enough. Scammed into donating to Ukraine. And whenever people get scammed, they want to double down on that scam and double down on that scam. You have to realize that
Christopher, thank you for that $20 support for the poor. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Giving money to literal Nazis, okay? And what you need to do is just divorce yourself of that, write off the money, just admit that you've been scammed, and stop supporting Ukraine.
Man, it should have told you who these people was just by who's supporting them. If America is supporting a country, more likely it's a dictatorship. More likely they support prison slave labor. More likely it is a bad country. You're going to sit here and let America, the father of Nazism, because I know a lot of you like to get confused. Oh, we're just like Germany now. No, nigga, Germany learned from us. You're going to let the father of Nazism tell you who to support and tell you who's the good guys and who's the bad guys? Even at the, okay, well, we ain't even got to go that far, right? We can go to the Afghanistan, Iraq war. They lie. People die. Millions of people die. You're going to let these people tell you who are the good guys? The liars? The same people who poisoned your waters, the same people who shut down your libraries, the same people who make it hard on your kids, the same people who keep raising your rent, your interest, your mortgage, and all. You're going to let them tell you who the good guys are? Do you not see, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. These people will literally come out and say, I'm going to kill you. And people are like, yeah. And that wasn't me. No, that ain't me. That ain't me. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But if she ever come up on here, she getting grilled. I don't play that shit. But
again, a lot of Americans, they don't or a lot of people in general don't react until it's on their front doorstep. Until it's on their front doorstep, people just think everything is hunky dory. Well, it ain't hunky dory. For 40% of all Americans, at least, we are in 40% of Americans. You can look this up on the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. They are without work. And unemployment isn't 2%, isn't 2.5%. That's just who is on unemployment. The reality is that 40% of this nation is out of work because they're either retired, they're students, they're disabled, whatever the case may be, but they're not on the unemployment rolls. And I guarantee you, if you are not employed, you are a brokey. And the moment that you can't pay your bills, they're going to come after you and do the equivalent of indentured servitude to you. So make no mistakes, it's knocking on all of our doors. If you're just looking at the chat list, if you're looking at how many viewers that you have, you can automatically assume that 40% of the people who are listening right now, it is knocking at your door. It is time to actually do something about it. You don't go out and vote for Democrats because Democrats aren't the solution. They've never been the solution. This has gone on for what, 80 fucking years?
I was about to say, if Democrats were the solution, then my mother wouldn't be poor. You know what I'm saying? You guys wouldn't be poor. You guys will have access to Roe v. Wade. Roe v. Wade would be codified. You know what I'm saying? Reparations would have been given to descendants of slavery, and not even just descendants of slavery, victims of Jim Crow, victims of the prison industrial complex, victims of drugs, the war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, if Democrats were the answer, they would have done their job. But their job isn't to help you or liberate you. It's to make money off of you. It's to keep you in this infinite loop of electoral politics. That way you fucking lose your train of thought. That way you fucking you just continuing with this bullshit that never ever changed. Now look at how many generations black people have been voting Democrat. Literally, black man statistically is stuck in the 70s. And I mean that financially, education-wise, housing, prison. We are stuck in the 70s, and Democrats have been running our cities before I was even thought of. Where is the, like, and this is why you know, I wasn't even trying to take up for DSA, but there was a whole bunch of people, a whole bunch of loyal Black Democratic voters asking the DSA for tangibles in order to vote for them. I'm like, where was your tangibles when you wanted people to vote for Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Hillary Clinton? You just told us to shut up and vote. And then when we shut up and vote and we get nothing from it, then we got to do this all over again. Now you want tangibles? I find that timing hilarious. But you're not going to get anything as far as tangibles because the DSA isn't even a real organization. It's a capitalist organization that's masked and paraded as a socialist organization in order to piper young people back into the Democratic Party.
That's absolutely true. And let me make sure that I'm perfectly clear about this. And to back up Rome's point, if you go to a DSA meeting, ask them, would you ever promote?
Hold on. Repeat that. Your phone broke up. Your phone's breaking up.
Never ever support Jill Stein. They will never ever support Kshama Sawant. They will never ever support anybody who is a third party member.
Yeah.
They only support Democrats. All they're doing is sheep herding into the Democratic Party that does absolutely fucking nothing. Sorry about that. But do you see what I'm saying? You can the best answer you'll get, and I do mean this, ask and you'll hear it. The best that you will hear is now is not the time. Now isn't the time. If now isn't the time, when is the freaking time? But I digress.
They want you to die. Now it ain't the time until you die. Straight the fuck up. Like they waiting. They tried to kill them old people off. Like they tried to kill old people off so many motherfucking times, and them boomers just hanging on like, you can't get me, motherfucker. But they trying. But the time is when you die, and they're gonna start over with the next generation. That's all it is. That's all it is. They're gonna wait for you to die and then do this all over with the next generations. But they definitely need millennials to die faster than what they need boomers to die, because unlike boomers, we don't have anything, so we're not falling for too much of the okie doke. Well, you can make it, you can go get a job, and anybody can make it, anybody can, send this to American dream. You know what I'm saying? So they like shut the millennials up, brainwash the Zoomers, and make sure Generation Alpha is in our goddamn factories and in our farms. High-waisted.
Don't settle for crumbs. Don't settle for crumbs either. Okay, whenever they're like, I'm going to give you a $50 rebate on your next tax return. Fuck that. Sorry.
Yep.
Don't let them brainwash you into that, because that's something that's silly and stupid. Here, just a couple months ago, we had the World Cup, and if anybody here watched the World Cup, the only nation in the World Cup that did not have universal health care is the United States of America. If Democrats were serious about it, if people were serious about it, if we didn't have money buying out politicians, if our voices were actually heard, we would have universal health care, bar none. We'd have a national health care service, not just Medicare for all. You can't just settle for Medicare for all, because that's just a reform. That's a Band-Aid over the problem. What we need is a national healthcare service like the rest of the industrialized world. Okay? Don't settle for a $50 rebate whenever you can get universal healthcare, whenever you can get a universal basic income, whenever you can get, whatever you need if you change the economic system to socialism or communism.
Hold on real quick. Let me thank you so much for your kind words, Mandy. Thank y'all for y'all support, because it has been hard, trying to keep this shit going. But we here for the long haul. But yes, and one of the reasons why, like, these people know, like, this whole system is built around us being poor, because if you are, not even, you don't even have to be rich, right? If you was well off, you won't be going to prison like that. You won't be going to jail, going to probation and all that bullshit. You won't be going to the military, you won't be, it's so many things that they need us poor for. and giving us health care, giving us proper public transportation and shit like that, it don't help their cause. It really don't help their cause. So, you know, they would rather see us go without, because once we back on our knees and crawling, who else we going to run to? Because look at, like right now, there's so many young, poor people out here that they are shacking up. And we have, this is the only time we have seen an uptick in recruitment for the military and the army, because so many people are fucking poor and they can't do anything else. Like, they are left to the fucking streets. And, you know, it's sad that they feel like that's the only fucking way of making it. But hey, you know, I always tell them niggas who go over there, like, man, look, I'm gonna tell you not to go over there, but if you go over there and you come back over here fucked up, don't ask me for help. Like, don't. I don't give a fuck about no American troops, bro. I really don't give a fuck about no American troops at all. Like, y'all, you should know better. You know what I'm saying? You should know better. And being poor isn't an excuse, man. Like, I'm poor right now. I am poor. I am poor, bro. Like, I am so poor. I had to make my cat go hunt for her food today. That's how poor we is today. You know what I'm saying? Like, we poor. But I'm not gonna be like, damn, man, you know what? Fuck it, I'm just go overseas, or I'm gonna just go station in California, or I'm gonna go sell my soul to the military industrial complex, because what else? I'm like, no, because I would rather die with an empty stomach, you know what I'm saying, than die with a full stomach on the battlefield for any of you motherfuckers who kept me in this position in order to crawl back to you, in order to crawl to you in the fucking first place. There's a reason why, like, my son, like, he don't go to, you know, his school isn't a poor school, but it's like an upper middle class school. There is no ROTC in his school. There is nobody recruiting teenage boys and teenage girls to go to the military. But guess what? Guess where they at? They in Osborne. They in Brenda Scott. They all on the east side. You know, you walk into schools, sometimes that'd be the first thing you see, a nigga in the army fatigue. You know, right. Thank you. When you look for your government for solutions, you seek your own enslavement. Because come on now, they're not going to give us no fucking free health care. Why would they give it? Like, come on, man. They trying to take your organs, my nigga. They trying to take your fucking organs. Why would they have you alive? Why would they keep you alive when Israel got the biggest organ fucking bank in the fucking world? Right? You know how much melanin costs? A gram of melanin costs more than gold right now. You are worth more dead than alive, if not half dead. That way, at least you can go to my militaries. At least that way, you can go fill my prisons. At least that way, you can go work at these fucking factories. But if you well off and you feeling better, you like, shit. I mean, I only got a job because I needed better health care anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, I only got out of retirement because of these medical bills. Well, without the medical bills, without the debt, without the credit card debt, without the fucking rent, without the utilities that they hold over your head, nigga, what you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, Zoe was just saying, the utilities in Russia, lights, gas, water, $10. $10 fucking dollars, bro. $10 fucking dollars, bro. You know how much I paid? You know how much my light bill is? You know how much a gas bill is, bro? And these are things that we already pay into. These are things that should be paid back to us, right? It should not be privatized by DTE. Cable shouldn't even be privatized, right? Because all of these things was made with taxpayers' money, and all of these things is funded and kept up with taxpayers' money. So why is it that taxpayers have to keep buying into it? And then, once again, they publicize the risk and all the money going into it, but they privatize the profits. You don't supposed to pay an electric bill, especially in the richest country in the world. You don't supposed to pay a water bill. You don't. You know, you don't supposed to be paying this shit. You already pay. It's supposed to be free at service. Let me say let me not say it's supposed to be free because I know you bootlickers. Oh, well, nothing is free. You know what's free? No. You know what is free? No, but yeah, it should be free at service. When you go to use it, it should be free. You know, especially in the richest country in the world. High-waisted, let me get hold on. Electricians don't work for free. Of course they don't work for free. Who said they work for free? Nobody works for free. Nobody works for free. They already got the job being electricians. They get paid by these companies that should be ran by us. It should be nationalized. We should be paying the electricians to do their job, to keep our cities lit. But no, we got to pay them to pay them to pay them to keep our lights back on. We're going through too many fucking things. It should be nationalized. The people should own these things, and we should have a say-so on who gets what. Because why does DTE get to raise my fucking electric bill every fucking month, even though I'm never fucking home? I'm never fucking home. And my electric bill still go up? My gas bill still going up? Okay, we pay money and we pay tax to keep the electric grid up because the private businesses aren't doing it. They're not putting millions and billions of dollars into the electric grid. High-waisted, what's going on with you?
I just wanted to address that question of like why it is that people can't say socialist or communist when they're asked a question. And like there was a time when people would stand up for these things. Like Huey P. Newton would explain things in a way where people would understand it. Like and he would frame it in a way to where it didn't sound scary to people. Like he said, people who are afraid of socialism are afraid of themselves because socialism is the people.
Yeah.
You know? And like the way that we need to be talking about these issues, not shying away from it and pretending that it's a dirty word. It's like, well, we need to start making sure that we frame this in the correct way. Now, George Lakoff is a linguist from UCLA, and he was talking about framing back in the early 90s, and I remember watching him talk about it. He said that like the right-wing people, they have like a mastery of framing. They know how to frame everything so that you've already lost the argument before you've even spoken, right? They're always framing things in a way to where so in other words, when they say the word socialist, people don't hear the same words that we hear. It's like leftists and right-wing people are hearing two different languages. So on the right, they hear authoritarianism. They hear no freedom, no individuality, standing in bread lines. Everything's horrible and oppressive. And it's like they've been trained to hear that word and replace it with a different definition from what it actually means. And what we need to be doing is making sure to establish the framing first. That way, when we do talk about socialism,
like, dude, when people say that shit, I always tell them, now picture America. Like when you say authoritarian, like these people be saying buzzwords and they don't even know what it means. I am an authoritarian because if I was running the country, I'm not gonna just let you come in and just do whatever the fuck you want to. That's not gonna happen. We're gonna have some authority around this bitch. You understand? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have our people in place to do this and that, whatever. But all countries are authoritarian. Every last fucking one. Go and try to kill the president. Go and try to kidnap a city council member. Go and try it and see what happens. See how they retaliate on your ass. See how they treat your ass as a political prisoner. Right? Every last one of them. And why wouldn't a country that's socialist, that's communist, or practicing or on the goal to be socialist, why wouldn't they be authoritarian, especially seeing all these capitalist countries around them, knowing that they would do whatever it takes to fucking overthrow them? Why wouldn't they be like that? Why wouldn't I just be like, you know what? Yeah, maybe we should have some shit in play just in case these niggas get out of line. Just in case you get too big for your bridges. You know, there's nothing wrong with being authoritarian. Like, I don't understand. Like, What's wrong with being strong? What's wrong with being prideful of what you have built and want to keep that safe and want to keep the people that's in those in your borders and in your wall, whatever the fuck you want to call it? Why wouldn't you want to keep them safe? I don't understand it. So do you want you want us to be like who? Yeah. Like, because no country is an authoritarian. Then they be talking shit about, oh well, you go to jail for this, and that. Man, y'all niggas just be projecting, bro. Y'all niggas be projecting bullshit, bro. You can't sit here in the middle of the American empire where we got more people locked up than some people have countries. And you talk about authoritarian, you talking about imperialism. You still over there in those countries, got those kids in the mines. You got deals with the AEU. You still got kids in mines. You still deal. You still got your people in slavery in the prison industrial complex. You still practice colonialism, and you want to talk about these people who doing all of this, whatever the fuck fantasies you done made up. I'm not falling for that shit, bro, because the easiest thing to do is to look and be like, oh man, you know what? That is fucked up. Yeah, because you looking at a fucking screen, nigga. This is propaganda. This is propaganda. They showing you what you. How many people from the DPRK do you talk to, or have you talked to in your whole life for you to know, like, oh well, it's just so bad. Everybody is trying to run out that motherfucker, even though their economy is booming, even though they have better public housing than us, they have better public transportation than us. They got fucking like how many motherfucking people from Iran that you talk to a day or a year or your whole life to where they say all of them is saying, oh well, we want the regime gone. I talk to less Iranian people from Iran who hate their government, less people from the North Korea, less people from China. The main people who hate their government, who hate their country, is Americans. It's Americans, and you motherfuckers just be projecting, bro, like straight up. Y'all niggas be projecting all this bullshit onto these people because, nigga, as far as I can see it, they love their fucking country. They might not have the best fucking, they might not be, but it ain't like, America where you can be black, you stop and frisk and go to jail for, or come on, man. Y'all gonna have to stop that projecting bullshit. We have proven absolutely that everyone in prison is there through state hypnosis. Absolutely proven in context. Lift the fact or the words are embarrassing hollow. I mean, what you want me to say? Everybody is a victim of capitalism that's in prison, of course. Everybody has been to. I've been to prison, nigga. Do you know what the fuck?
But yeah, that's basically what I was getting at, man. It's like we needed to talk about framing because, like, the thing is, the people we got speaking supposedly for socialism, for communism out in the marketplace of ideas, they're succumbing to the framing that was set up for them, so that they're losing the argument before it even starts, because they're not allowing people to hear the words that they're saying in the same language. And like when you say and totalitarianism is one word, but another one is dictatorship.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, like they hear a dictatorship is what that is. And you're like, yeah, we do want a dictatorship.
Yep.
We want a dictatorship proletariat.
Yep.
We want to have the power for a change. And like when we start reframing it to realize that we're not talking about taking away the power and giving it to a different pig, like Animal Farm. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
taking from the farmer to the pig. We're talking about giving it to everybody. Everybody's gotta have the right.
But I mean, like, it's either you have to let these people know that there is no such thing as democracy, and you have to break down the democracy in their faces, of course. But you have to show them. You have to show them, and then you got to tell them, like, look, there is only dictatorship. I don't give a fuck what you want to call it. There is only dictatorship, right. And dictatorship is the only thing that works for the people. Straight up, every other society out here that did their thing, that boomed, They had a booming economy. They have a dictatorship of the proletariat. Straight the fuck up. So if you want better for your people, you gotta want your people in charge. You gotta want your people in charge. It's either you're gonna get the Elon Musk, the Bill Gates, you know what I'm saying, or you're gonna get the Romes, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get the fucking the Blueskis, the K-skis, the high, you know what I'm saying? The regular fucking people. The regular fucking people. But I gotta head out because it's getting late. What you about to say?
I was getting like kind of a point, but like so the dictatorship that we're talking about is like the same kind of dictatorship that, like, say, when George Bush said, "I'm the decider," or when we say we're gonna go to war with Iran under Trump, and nobody has any say about it but him. We're already under a dictatorship, right?
Yeah.
And nobody ever questioned that form of power, that form of dictatorial power. But how about a dictatorship where we say we're going to have healthcare, we're going to have enough to eat, and we're going to have adequate housing for all our people, and none of this is negotiable. We are the deciders. We are going to
because it's your future. It's your future. Why wouldn't you want?
We're not compromising with any of these needs that, as a people, we all should have a right to. And that's the kind of dictatorship we're talking about when we talk about communism, and we need to start framing shit that way.
Man, thank you, man. I'm gonna hold another space tomorrow. I will be live with somebody from Gary, Indiana. If you guys don't know Gary, Indiana, they have been without power for damn near 2 weeks now, and we're gonna have I'm gonna make sure we have some stuff up for you guys to help them out. There's plenty of people out there building community. And this is your time to shine. If you are a socialist, if you are a communist, if you are any animal, this is your time to come out there and show love to the people. Donate to Gary, Indiana. It's gonna get we're gonna make sure it gets to the people, man, because there's a lot of shit going on. It's some wicked shit going on, y'all. You know, they just did this shit with Detroit. Detroit was out of power for like 8 days. Niggas was dying. Niggas was getting robbed, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Niggas was dying. But we're gonna get to the people. We're gonna make sure we get it to the people. I want to thank everybody who came out this late. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to everybody who donated. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to everybody who donated to Tour for the Poor. If you don't know, we are having a back to school giveaway here in Detroit. We're raising money for 500 backpacks and supplies to go with those. Our goal was $1,500. We just raised $130 or $40 right now, so we need like 400 and something more dollars. Thank you to everybody who donated. Thank you to everybody who's going to donate after this. You all, we got a lot of work to do, but thankfully our enemies are stupid. Thankfully our enemies are stupid, and you got to recognize how much power that you actually wield, how much power that you actually hold, and how much can you actually push out. Don't never let this world put fear in you, because guess what? All of my leaders are dead. Every last one of my leaders are dead, you know, and that was one thing that happened that it kind of put a halt in the Black community, especially on Black socialism, you know, but we got to do better. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay strong for the future generations. Don't never let them see you sweat, because once they see you sweat, they know that they got you. They know that you run. They know that you're nervous. They know that you're scared. Stand up and be ready to live for it. Live for it and die for it. Because I'm telling you, nobody else is going to give your kids a better future than what you can. Thank you guys for coming out, and have a good night. I will see you tomorrow with his name is Queese. He's on TikTok. Also, you can check him out. I'm gonna have more details on him tomorrow. Thank you guys. Have a nice night.